All right, today is May 31st, 2016, and we're watching the Northeast Pacific Water Vapor Loop. And right now, at about 10:30 p.m. on the west coast in the foothills of Los Angeles, we have a temperature of 59 degrees. The relative humidity is 86%, and the barometer is reading 29.93 inches, and we have a dew point of 54 degrees. And we had partly cloudy skies today. And I did see a couple of planes that were flying very high up, and they were leaving dissipating chemtrails. So these trails were several lengths. They're probably about 10, 15, 20 lengths of, I'd say probably 20 plane lengths long, but they were dissipating. So those are the dissipating type of chemtrails, and we saw those flying over the mountains today. So just wanted to report that they were not leaving permanent, lasting, or rather, chemtrails like we normally see. All right, so here we are. We're watching the water vapor loop, and we can see several low pressure systems here. We have one right over Mexico and New Mexico and Arizona right here. We also have another low pressure right here trying to spin about halfway from Hawaii to the California coast right here. And we have another low pressure up over here trying to spin up. We've got one over there. And then we have a lot of thunderstorms right over Texas. And we have a disturbance down here, which is indicated to have a 40% chance of hurricane formation in 48 hours. So we'll keep an eye on that. I expect by tomorrow they will be hitting this with microwave. We can already see the leftovers of a blast pattern right up here. So this is reformed. These thunderstorms have reformed in this very warm water down here. This is probably 85 to 88, 89 degrees down right in here. And so we'll keep an eye on what happens there. But notice what's happening here. We have a jet stream flow right here, and it's all mushrooming right into this wall right here. This is generated by a radar phased array transmitter, which cuts like a knife right through the weather here. We have a low pressure spinning, and they don't want any jet stream moisture feeding that system, which would strengthen it. So what they do is they build in this big channel of high pressure right there, and all this moisture just runs right into that, and it cannot pass that wall right there. This is generated with radio frequency, high power RF radio frequency energy. If we go ahead and look at this in the infrared loop, we can see that all this moisture is evaporating right through here, where this low pressure is trying to get started right down here. Also, we have high pressure right over California. We had, like I say, partly cloudy skies today. A few cumulus clouds in the skies, but not too much. We did see a little bit of thunderhead development over the mountains, but none of that developed into any rain. Let's take a look next at the jet stream map. You can see that jet stream here is being disrupted by that area that has been cut out with a phased array transmitter, that narrow channel. So everything is just walling up right here, and that stops the flow. All right, let's take a look next at the western U.S. water vapor loop. We've lost that map. Let's see if we can get that map back real quick. Okay, there it is. All right, so we have the western U.S. water vapor map. We can see exactly what's happening here. That big channel of dry air is preventing any merging between these two moisture fields. And that is a man-made feature. This is not Mother Nature doing that. That is done intentionally to prevent this moisture field from feeding that low and really getting this thing cranked up. All right, so we have a clockwise rotation here. That's high pressure. We've got a counterclockwise rotation right here. That is low pressure. And then right in between, we have some winds that will be generated because of these opposing. We have clockwise rotation here, counterclockwise rotation here. We have wind right through the middle. It's like two gears. Also, we have severe thunderstorms and heavy rain in eastern Texas. They've had a lot of rain, a foot of rain, pardon me, overnight, very, very heavy rains. And that is because of what's happening here. This flow is everything is moving on the backside of this low pressure system. There's a lot of thunderstorm development. We can see that. All right, let's take a look at the, okay, we got to refresh that one. One second. Okay, here we go. All right, so we can just get a better idea of what's happening here on the infrared loop. The intensity of this, this moisture field right there. It's very intense. And most of the rain is occurring right down here in eastern Texas. Okay, let's look at the East Pacific water vapor loop. Well, this is actually the eastern East Pacific. They have this mismarked. This is down by Costa Rica and El Salvador and all these countries down here. What we can see is a blast pattern all through here. These thunderstorms are being targeted with microwave. We can see the superheating process, the color change. Mainly the blast pattern is what is the telltale sign. If we look at this in the visible light mode, we can see the Photoshop overlay right here and right there. So they are hiding their work. We can't see the dimples, but we can see the blast patterns and a couple of shock waves. We can see shock waves right in here from both sides. This area right here, we've got a shock wave moving out to the west. Over here, we've got one shooting out to the east. Okay, let's look at the, this is the southwest water vapor loop. We can see California here. Here's Arizona. We've got that low pressure spinning. This is a dry low. This is not generating any precipitation. If you look at the IntelliCast map, California is just pretty much bone dry today. There's no precipitation showing up on the Doppler radar map. Let's take a look at that right now. Okay, we have to refresh that one as well. Okay, very good. Never mind. We'll just having technical difficulties here right now. There we go. We'll see if we can get that. There we go. All right. Okay, let's get this queued up. Okay, so we can see all that rain down here in Texas. Heavy rains, a lot of flooding. Over here in California, it's pretty much bone dry. There's nothing at all in Nevada or California or Oregon or Idaho and Washington State. Looks like it's fairly dry as well. So, and Montana. So, all right, there it is. Let's go over to the East Coast, and Bonnie is still indicated to be hanging around right near this area. And we'll take a look at that here in a second. Let's go and take a look at the surface analysis map. We can see got that high pressure right here off the west coast. We also have a low here, and we have another low down off of near Arizona and Mexico. But there's a trough right here that extends all the way from British Columbia all the way down through the United States into just about El Paso, Texas. We'll take a look at that on the next map. We can see there's a lot of high pressure out here, and that's going to block all of this weather that we need. We need some rain in California, but we're not going to get any of it. You can see here once again that we have an opportunity. There's a moisture field moving right in, and that will be blocked. We've got high pressure right here, all that clockwise rotation. Okay. All right, let's go take a look at the next surface analysis map. This is the western half of the country. We can see A couple of interesting features here. We have a trough that extends all the way from into Canada, almost into Canada, right down all the way through California, Oregon, Washington, California, Arizona, and all the way down through New Mexico, right there. I think that's probably the biggest trough indicated I've ever seen on a map. Okay, let's take a look next at the eastern U.S. water vapor loop. And we can see those thunderstorms right over south central Texas and over on the eastern side of Texas. And it looks like this one here is being blown apart. Let's go ahead and take a look at this right now. I'm going to back out of here, and I'm going to zoom in on that one area real quick. Stay tuned here, folks. We will have a look at that right now. Let's take a look. Yeah, that's being blown apart. We can see a blast wave right here. This is a disturbance. It's got a 40% chance of cyclone formation, hurricane formation. And so we'll keep an eye on that. Just about 1,000 miles due south of Baja, or Cabo San Lucas. I'm going to back out of this, and we're going to let's take a look at the let's go look at this in the rainbow loop real quick before the time runs out. Yeah, that's being hit. You can see the color change. Yeah, and that blast wave right out of the north side right there. Okay, quickly, I'm going to zoom back, go back, and we're going to take a look at the visible light version of this same map. And let's see what we can see on this one. Yeah, and of course they've got Photoshop overlay to hide their work. Yep. Okay, so right here they're hitting that, and we see the results. There's a blast pattern right out of the top of that system. We can see the blast pattern right there. Blast wave right out of the north west section of that, right there. Boom, right there. And also out of the bottom of this, we can see the right down here. So they are hitting that. That's a very large system. Let's take a look next. That's the hurricane map. The Atlantic doesn't show anything but Bonnie, so we'll leave that alone. Here is this is just a map out. This is the Northeast. The chemtrails showing up. We're looking at all of the, Washington down here. We've got Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, all through here. There's a lot of chemtrails we can see. Let me pan around here. We have chemtrail haze all through here. And I've been reading a lot of comments about the horrendous chemtrailing, the intensity of the chemtrail spraying. It's all through here. We can see the colors. The natural clouds, once again, are brilliant white like cotton. And then this chemtrail mix, this stuff here is all off-white. It's a sort of a light gray. Anyway, that's all mixed in here with the natural clouds, and we can see that. We pan down here. These are natural clouds, but all this stuff here is blanketing over the top of those natural clouds. That's all chemtrails. All right, I'm running out of time here, but that's the report for today, and we will do another one tomorrow.